Hi dears, welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's me Anna with you here, and today we are in our national park once again with these amazing views towards the forest and the Mediterranean Sea. We are here today bringing you some more update on the situation here in Spain and the situation in our region, all the latest news from Spain that you might be interested in knowing. Let's start with the situation first. For the last 24 hours, we've had 3,031 new cases. It's slightly more than what we used to have the previous day or two, but it's nothing to be worried about. Why? I will explain. Because it just means that during the day of yesterday, there were some more people that went to do the PCR testing for one motive or the other, because it's weekend as well. A lot of people will be traveling. So more people usually are going to do the tests on like Thursday and Friday. This is why there's slightly more of positive cases, but it does not mean anything because the index is still continuing to drop. And yesterday, like today, for the yesterday's data, they've given us the number, which is 71 cases per every 100,000 people. Only a few days, maybe less than a week, is left to reach the 50. After 50, everything that is lower will be the low risk here in Spain, will be considered low risk. And even more autonomic regions probably will reach the new normality here in Spain after Asturias, which this region is already in the new normality because they have less than like 25 index for every 100,000 of people, which is basically nothing. So this is the good news. If that will be the case, that the index will stop decreasing, then we might start to worry slightly. But once it's still dropping, it's continuous like thing, it does not stop, so we are not worried at all, at least for now. There are some changes in terms of restrictions in Catalonia. In Catalonia, which is where Barcelona is, which is like north part of Spain, Mediterranean Sea, okay, on the seashore, and they are amplifying, they are increasing the working hours in bars and restaurants. Right now, they had to close at 12:30 at night, but starting from this night, from Monday till Tuesday, they will be able to close down at 1 a.m. at night, which is half an hour extra that they will have a time to work and gather some money to help them to revive the business and survive all this difficult economic situation that we used to have in here. The nightlife in Catalonia is only available to open when it's on the terrace. So inside of the buildings it's closed, but on the outside, on the terrace, they are allowed to open from like late evening up until 3 a.m. at night already. This is going to be a huge help to avoid illegal parties and so-called botellón, which are just thousands and thousands of people, young people who are drinking with no masks, no social distancing outside on the streets. So that will be a huge help probably for them as well. Here in Valencian region, want to say that there will be some changes starting from Monday. We don't know which ones they will be just yet, because the only thing that we do know is that the president of our region has officially stated that only a few days are left before we open us completely towards the new normality, which is a very interesting thing because it kind of seems like what's happened in UK. Okay, so we're not sure what to expect. The only thing that we do know so far is that they will make some more opening hours for the bars and restaurants, and that they will probably increase the working hours of nightclubs up until 5 a.m. We are on expense to see what will be happening with the dance floors, because all this syndicate of nightlife is asking to open a dance floor with a mask obligatory, but still open it up finally after like a lot of time, almost 2 years that it was closed. So we don't know if that's going to be the case or not. We are also waiting to see what's going to be happening with karaoke bars and a lot more things. But as it seems, it's going to be very, very nice to see that very soon we will be hitting the new normality. We will be coexisting with the virus. We will just relax the measures. It doesn't mean that we will just forget that it exists, okay? It doesn't mean that we will not be careful. It doesn't mean that people will not be wearing masks if they feel they need to, okay? It just means that all the people will return to their normal lives in terms of working, in terms of going shopping, the overall capacity like inside of the shops, so supermarkets, cinemas, theaters and stuff like that. Opening of a nightlife with the dance floors, karaoke bars, and all these things, they will be coming back to us after a long time. Probably the only measures that will be left at some point is just a mask and a social distancing. That's basically it. Why they are doing this? Because here in our region, as for the president of our region, Chimo Puig, we've already hit 90% of fully immunized people, like from 12 years, okay, up until like the end, because children are not vaccinated. But out of those who can receive a vaccine, 90% is already immunized. So this is why they feel like they can eliminate a lot of the restrictions. So we're waiting to see what will be happening from now on. Next week, also Tuesday, Wednesday, they will let us know the new restrictions for travelers from third countries. Does not affect UK, okay, that's for sure. Special relationship, special love between Spain and UK has always been there and has provided a lot of easier steps to follow in terms of traveling from UK and towards UK. But countries like US, India, all third countries, Russia, etc., South America, probably the restrictions will be changed because the more immunized people we're getting, the more like we're relaxing all the measures, because we cannot stay like this forever. Like, don't get me wrong, it's just the economic situation needs to be improved desperately, because the government also cannot pay forever all the like unemployment pays. They cannot pay like supplements for people who cannot work but cannot perceive either the unemployment because they did not work enough time. Like all that, the government just cannot do this because they've already asked a lot of the help from the European Union, from Brussels. They've received it, but they cannot be depending on this forever. So we just need to get back to usual life. The government has already started with the minimum salaries. They've been rising them up more and more each year. And this year also is the case. They've risen the minimum salary up until 965 euros. Which is already like almost 1,000 euros. Amazing news for a lot of people. Difficult for the business owners, but good for the people who are working for them. So hopefully very soon we will be able to say that we are not affected. We are in the same situation, or maybe even slightly better than we were when all this hit the entire world. The next news is coming, like it's all over the place. It's in all newspapers, a lot of international press also, they're talking about it. And it's because of one of the politicians that we had here, which is Puigdemont. He was one of the politics in Catalonia parliament, one of those who are just very nationalists, who are for the independence of Catalonia. They wanted to get separated from Spain for a long time, and he was like a president of that parliament. What happened is that a few years ago they've made a referendum, like they've made an official appearance saying and claiming basically that from now on Catalonia is an independent country. After that, Spain's government, they decided not to tolerate that, and they basically said that, okay, we are giving an order to put all these politicians into prison. A lot of them went out abroad, like drastically, just from 1 hour to the other. They went to the airport and they went to other countries like UK, they went to Brussels, like France, any other country. And they stayed there without revealing where they actually are. So a lot of them did not have time to run, and they were actually put into prison. The other ones managed to get out, to escape, and one of them was Puigdemont. He went to UK first, and then he went to Brussels. And he was there, he made himself Euro Parliament like part. but he did not have any like immunity here in Spain anymore. It was retired, like it was eliminated for him due to all the things that he did in here. And like there were even violent manifestations of a lot of politic parties and like nationalists. So it was like a hard time for a lot of people that are living in that region. So what happened is that they could not take him from Brussels. They could not make him come here, but yesterday he went to Sardinia, which is one of the islands. I'm sure you know which one it is, here in Mediterranean area, Mediterranean Sea. He went to that island for some private event, and which is when he was caught. They were just waiting for him. He was caught, and right now probably they're gonna bring him to Spain into jail. We'll see what will be happening, but a lot of other politics, they were in jail like for a year and a half, maybe even 2 years, and then they went out right now. So they also need to pay like a big fine for all the illegal like manifestations, for everything that they did. They need to pay quite a lot of money, like millions in euros I'm talking about. We'll see what will be happening. I'm just very intrigued and interested to see what your opinion is in respect, because I know that like if one area wants to get independent, that's their right to do it, okay? Don't get me wrong. But the thing is that here, people did not want to get independent. Like the majority of people that are living in Catalonia, the majority of them, which are like 60% something, they did not want to become independent. They want to stay as they are right now. They don't want any issues, any problems. They just want to live their normal lives. It's the politics that are there who desperately want the independence, who want just to govern all that area, who wants just to be there and have all this force, the politics force, you know. So this is why they all were caught, and now he is as well, probably will be in prison. The president of the government here in Spain, Pedro Sanchez, is still debating on what to do, whether to ask to put him into prison or not. Political parties here are asking to do so because he needs to kind of pay for what he did. But what do you think? Like, if some of you know about this situation, what do you think? If it's fair for him to pay for what they did, for what they tried to do illegally, and for the waste of money, public money that they did during this illegal like manifestations and illegal voting of the politicians there, or it's his right to do and they should not be putting him in prison because it's not fair, and he has the right to manifestate and to proclaim the independency because it's what they want to do. Leave me your opinion in the comments, please. It's going to be very interesting to hear what you think about it as well. So basically, this is what's happening. When I say about the volcano, I'm sure that you know already what's going on. It was kind of stable. The amount of all the lava, of everything, was decreasing slightly, but starting from yesterday, a lot of like violent, very violent explosions started. It's very unstable, that area. Unstable, I would say unstable, that's the correct word. Oh, there's see that point? That's an airplane flying here around. We have a lot of private airplanes, like very, very small ones that are flying every now and then right here, that do like private excursions to see from the bird fly like all this area and the Mediterranean Bay and the Bay of Benidorm up until Calpe. So it's kind of a strange situation because a lot of people were evacuated, and basically, we all thought that it's kind of getting calm and quiet again, that it's not going to be worse, but right now there's a lot of explosions. And the most important thing that will affect our area, even here, Mediterranean area, is that the wind will bring a lot of particles of that volcano here towards the peninsula, towards our area. So they will be arriving right now here during Friday. It's not going to be as massive as it is in La Palma, in that island of Canarian Islands, but it still will be here. It will be visible. It will start coming from the south part towards Murcia, and it will come up until our Valencian community. So we might see like some darker clouds in here. People say that it's not dangerous, that the amount that is coming here, it's not very dangerous at all. For people who are in La Palma, it might produce cough, it might produce like irritation of all these, this area of throat and lungs, and some like scratching in the eyes, in the nose, and here in the throat. So here it should not be the case, but people who have asthma and who are more propense to suffer from the air pollution, they should be very careful, especially the more south you are living, the more careful you need to be, because these particles will be brought, and they probably are already almost here in our Valencian region. So these were all the news for today, my dears. What about the Spanish weather, the lovely Spanish weather? Well, as you can see, it's end of September. I'm with the t-shirt once again. It's partially sunny, sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's cloudy, but it's still very nice to stay here. Although you need to know that they're always, starting from September, there's always a strong wind in our area because we are like Levante part. So here we receive a lot of wind from the sea. So especially in the evening and early morning, you need to bring something light to cover you up on the t-shirt, because it's quite cold early in the mornings. It might be like 20-21 degrees more or less. The situation like this will be approximately in a lot of regions here in Spain. As you can see on the map, there might be some rain. By the way, this night there was a huge pouring rain in Madrid that collapsed a lot of streets, and even the traffic has collapsed in a lot of areas. There were like queues of 10 kilometers to get to work today. It was crazy, but right now everything is back to normal. And this situation will not be continuing any longer. Only tomorrow there's going to be slightly a lot of rain during this night time. Now it's going to be stable, but at night there's going to be raining once again. Then in the morning up until midday, like 12 a.m. or p.m., depends how you say it, 12 in the morning, okay? And from then it will be partially sunny and mostly sunny in the areas of Mediterranean or South Spain, with some clouds every now and then, like these ones right here in the sky. And on Sunday, more or less the same, only some slight rain in northwest part of Spain, but not more than that. For next week, they say it's going to be raining back again, but only on the north part, and our Mediterranean area, Valencian community, Benidorm, will be sunny as it is right now. In terms of temperatures, they are very, very typical for the end of September. And in the north part, today we'll have between 17 and 25. That's like truly normal temperature for north parts. Center between 18 and 27. South part between 21 and 30. So as you can see, it's still very, very nice to be outside. Mediterranean area between 26 and 32 degrees. In Alicante will be 30, here in Benidorm 28, 29 more or less. In Granada 30, Malaga 27, Sevilla 26, Madrid 21, Murcia 29, Balearic Islands, which are Mallorca, Menorca and Ibiza, will have 30 degrees more or less. And Canarian 26 to 27. The water temperature is still very nice. It's 25.5 degrees. So you can still swim in our lovely Mediterranean Sea and enjoy the beach during your holidays here in Benidorm or any other area of the lovely Mediterranean. I hope you enjoyed watching today's news. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, click a like, and make sure you activate the notifications bell so that the next time you would receive a notification from YouTube saying that the new video from Anna is already available here on the channel. I wish you a lovely weekend, everyone, and tomorrow I have a surprise for you. Tomorrow we'll be checking another hotel of Servi Group Hotels, which is the lovely Calypso, situated in a privileged area only 300 meters from the Levante beach, right near all the famous bars, restaurants of this area, right near the theme parks, Aqualandia, Mundo Mar, very close to everything, just in the heart of all the live area in Benidorm. So don't miss tomorrow's video. Bye everyone.